Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Cristin, and I forgot where I was going with that. I'm a lifestyle vlogger. I've got 2 little kids, and today I thought we would just do a day in my life. So right now, I'm staring at my trashed pantry. So I've got some things I want to make today, one of which is puppy chow. I think it's also called Muddy Buddies or reindeer chow. And I've got pretty much everything I need except for the chocolate chips, but I do need peanut butter. So this thing's trashed. I normally know where everything's at, and it's normally nicely organized. As you can see, the canned goods were kind of organized at one point, and then you can see the salad dressings behind the oatmeal. Like, things used to be organized. All of our emergency stockpile of ramen. You remember when everybody bought that stuff because the world was ending back in March. So maybe I'll do a whole separate pantry organization video, though I feel like it would just be really boring. So let me know if that's something you want to see. I mean, I like watching those with other people, but they use like fancy baskets, and I don't. I stock mine like it's the grocery store shelf. Like, so anyways, I need to find peanut butter in here. Oh, here's some peanut butter. There should be enough there. And then for the rest of the stuff I need for puppy chow, we'll just be needing to pick up some chocolate chips. So I'm gonna get the boys up. They're still sleeping. It's like after 8 o'clock. It's weird. Like on the weekends, they're up by like 7:45, 8 o'clock in the morning. They're screaming their heads off. They're ready to go. They're awake. And my husband, who gets up at 5 in the morning for work, only gets to sleep in until 7 or 8 because the kids wake up screaming. And normally our oldest boy is in his room and he's like, Dad, wake me up, Dad, I'm in my room. Wait, like he's calling for my husband. So, but then you roll around Monday, which is today, and they sleep until like 8, 9, whatever. Like, so they're still sleeping. I'm gonna go ahead and get myself some oatmeal, which I should have grabbed out of the cabinet, and then I will get them woke up. I need to run to the store today because we have leftover turkey from Thanksgiving, and I'm going to make a white turkey chili. If you guys ever had white chicken chili. And I've never personally made white chicken chili before, but I've had it. I've had like store-bought. So I'm going to try making my own, but using turkey meat. I got a really good recipe on laureninthekitchen.com, so it looks tasty. So but I need to go to the store and get a few things like green chilies and heavy whipping cream and I don't know, some other things. And then I figured while I'm there, I'll just get the stuff to make puppy chow because we got like a bunch of Chex Mix. We don't really eat Chex Mix, so don't ask me why we have a bunch of it, but we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and eat me some oatmeal, get the kids up and going, and we're gonna run to the store to get these groceries, and then we're gonna have to do homeschool with Levi because this is his last week off for Thanksgiving. So, you know, they can clean the school and sanitize it and all that stuff. He had all last week off, and then he gets this week off, and he goes back next week. So we did homeschool last week. Now we have a handle on it and what we're doing, so I figured I'd film it this week. So let me go ahead and get breakfast going, and I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. And we'll just go ahead and address the fact that my kitchen is completely trashed. I feel like anytime I'm on here, I'm like, look at my disgusting kitchen. You guys must think I never clean it. And in reality, I do dishes several times a day. That's a big pile of clean dishes right there in the sink. They need to get put away. But we got dirties on the other side, dirties here, and dirties there. And my parents over yesterday, and we had a turkey pot pie, which was delicious, and I have a recipe video for, so check that out if you're interested. But we had to cancel my family Thanksgiving because I was exposed to the coronavirus a little over a week ago. So today's Monday, and it would have been last Sunday, not yesterday Sunday, but the Sunday before. I'll just come down here really quickly and then I'll make my oatmeal. So yeah, I was exposed to the coronavirus at work. There were several cases of people coming down sick with it. One person ended up in the hospital, and so I felt like if I didn't catch it, which I had been exposed, so I was like indirectly exposed. I was exposed to people who were directly exposed, but, and I found this from looking online, you can be contagious 24 to 48 hours prior to having symptoms. So the folks that I was working with, in theory, could be in that range of folks who were contagious without symptoms. So I took 2 weeks off of work. just to make sure that I didn't have it, for one, and for two, to make sure that it ran its course at my job to hopefully see the cases come down. Because when I left, it was up to like 8 people had gotten sick with it. So, and I really thought I was gonna get it. I was like, I don't know how I wouldn't get it. I was like convinced I was gonna end up with it. It's been a whole week out. So far, I haven't had any symptoms, and neither has anybody in my immediate family, and we've just kind of been staying at home. So, with exception to, I ran to Meijer because my husband needed some Coke. But I did that pretty early on to my exposure. It was like the second day after being exposed. So, and I guess symptoms can happen anywhere between 2 to 14 days after exposure, with your average being day 5. So I was taking a risk going out in public doing that, but on average it's day 5. So in theory, I wouldn't have had symptoms yet. Well, maybe I could, not symptoms, but contagion. Anyways, yes, I took a risk doing that, but we needed some things at the store, and we wanted to get like, whatever these things are called back here, vitamins. Like, we got some of this to try to boost our immune systems just in case, and then we got some gummy vitamins for the kids because they've never been on them. We thought maybe that would just kind of help, you know, boost our immune systems in case I was contagious or had caught it. And then my husband wanted some Coke, so, and he works from home, so he's not going out in public anyways. So I wore my mask. I didn't touch anything unless I was going to buy it, sanitized my shopping cart, all that good stuff. So anyways, that was the only time I've been to the store in the past week. So I was reading online, and it says that the CDC is thinking about retracting the 14-day quarantine period, but they haven't announced a time frame yet. But I was talking with my mom, and she had to go to the doctor not long ago because she thought she might have had the coronavirus. Her test came back negative, but she was talking with her nurse there, and her nurse had mentioned it to her. Of course my dog's gonna drink water. Every time I start vlogging, he's like, time to eat, time to drink, time to make all the noise. So anyways, while she was with her doctor, she was talking to the nurse or the doctor or something, and they said that they were going to limit the quarantine period down to like 10 days instead of 14 days, and that was kind of the word on the street. Oh, I'm missing my strings. What happened to my strings? They were on when they went in the wash. So that would put me at, like, I think this would make me like 8 days past, so technically a little early, but like, if you go by the 10-day period. But again, like, we've had no symptoms, and it's over my 5 days, like the 5-day average. So in my immune system, like, especially anything chest related, I normally pick that stuff up real quick. So I feel like if I was going to get exposed to the coronavirus, it would have flared up by now. Like, just because I know how I am when I get sick, especially things that want to go in your chest colds, when they go floating around, man, I've got asthma and they target me, okay? Like, I just can't win. So I feel like it's been like 8 days since I was exposed, and I've been staying at home and I have no symptoms. My husband has no symptoms. My kids have no symptoms. I'm feeling pretty good that I dodged a bullet. So, and I'm a little leery about going back to work. I'm gonna give it a few more days, and I'm gonna ask my boss how things are going, along with a couple coworkers, and see, just cause, yeah, just to see if anybody's heard anything different, you know? Because my mom went into where I work after I told her she shouldn't, and she was talking to one of the coworkers that we go to church with, and she said she'd only heard of one person getting sick, but I had heard a few people getting sick and a handful of people being exposed. So anyways, I just want to like check in before I go back and be like, hey, how's things going? Are the numbers down before I come in? Because I feel like I dodged a bullet here. So anyway, I'm gonna get me some oatmeal. I can hear the kids making noises. They are awake. And then we're gonna run to the store and get those groceries. Oh, and what I was talking about with the kitchen. I feel like I talk in circles. I get sidetracked. Yeah, after cooking lunch for everybody yesterday, I just said F it and didn't feel like doing dishes, so I didn't mess with anything. And sometimes you just have days like that where you're like, I don't feel like it. Not doing it, not messing with it. I'm done. I'm done for the day. I'm done. And that's what happened last night. So I need to get all these dishes done too, but I think I'll do them when I get back from the store. So let's get that oatmeal. Are you reading?
Yes, that book.
Looks like you had a rough sleep last night. Your sheets are off. You gonna say good morning, vlog?
No.
No. Okay.
What are you doing?
I'm vlogging. You wanna get dressed and we have breakfast?
Yes.
Okay.
A tummy gone. Also, it's comfy. Yes. 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 Loud House Levi.
Loud House Levi?
Oh no, Loud House Levi. I'm at Loud House Levi.
Good?
I want to drop my book.
Good morning. How's you sleep, big boy? How's you sleep, big boy? Don't give him any chocolate. So this guy is having cereal with pineapple. The green things are little Yoda marshmallows. It was a Mandalorian cereal. I don't know, it was on clearance at Sam's Club. He seems to like it. I got my oatmeal and got some toast with jelly and pineapple and bananas for that guy who is now saying he doesn't want it. So I was sitting here having a lovely breakfast. That one is still refusing to eat, even though he was like, I want jelly toast, blah. And now he's like, you gave me bananas and pineapple and I'm not gonna eat anything. And I'm like, anyways, but that's not what I'm here for. Just heard an explosion. Don't know what that was. Gunshot, something exploded. Not entirely sure, a little bit freaked out. Kind of want to look outside, kind of worried I might lose my head. Y'all ever have those days in your neighborhood? Just me? I feel like this stuff happens often around here, where it's like you hear random explosions and you're like, what was that? Am I gonna die? Not quite sure. So, no alarm, nothing yet. I mean, seemingly nothing hit our house as far as shrapnel is concerned that I'm aware of. I mean, it didn't sound like it was close to us. It sounded like it might be a street or two over. Sometimes you hear things like that and it makes you wonder if there's not like a meth lab that exploded. Speaking of, we just found out yesterday that there's actually, it's called a tent city, I guess. It's like a homeless community or homeless people set up shop. I've noticed recently there's been like an influx of homeless folks in and around our area. And I found out that they're literally like at the end of my street. And there's like a little tent city of homeless folks. So that explains a lot of the odd birds we have been seeing. I'm not trying to say anything negative about folks who are homeless, but a lot of the folks who I see, you can tell are likely on something. And a lot of them are coming back from the liquor store carrying like cases of beer or liquor or whatever. And I know there are drunk people on my street, one of which is my neighbors. You guys have heard about them. But there's a lot of people you see up and down my street that you're like, I don't recognize you. You're not from this area. Like, you don't live on my street, you know? And like, there's this one lady who I've been seeing walking up and down the street lately, and I swear she's tweaking. Like, I could be wrong, but I swear she's on something. So, which is why my kids don't get to play out in the front very often, because I'm like, shield you from all of the crazy that is our neighborhood. So anyways, yeah, I have no idea what that was. I'll check the scanner page in a few minutes. My town has a scanner page where like 911 calls get called in. So I'm sure somebody will call it in because that was loud. Like my husband's working in the garage. I sent him a text and I was like, did you hear that? And he goes, yeah. So like a bomb went off. I'm like, what are you doing back there? Are you a kitty? Well, I mean, screenshot that and it'll be a good, hey, it'll be a good thumbnail. Don't, what are you doing? Why don't you go eat your jelly toast that you were begging for, huh? Go eat your jelly toast. Okay. So we got Levi to eat his jelly toast. Once we compromised on getting him an actual apple. Anybody have those days with your kids? Yes, yes. They happen. What are you doing? Turns out the whole thing was he didn't want the pineapple with banana. So he's eating an actual apple and he ate his jelly toast, which he was begging for, which I don't know why he would not eat the jelly toast. Whatever. 4-year-old logic, I'm sure. So banana pineapple's in the fridge and I'm sure that guy will eat it later because he likes some pineapple, but he's not a fan of banana, so he might not eat the banana. I don't know. Picky kids. Levi's getting his chores done. Show the vlog how you feed the dog. How many scoops do you give him?
5.
No, 4 big scoops. You can do a little more than that. A little bigger than that. So Levi has recently started doing some chores around the house to earn, sorry, I had to move. Get rid of that. Little notification thing. So Levi has been doing some chores around the house to pick up a little extra cash. He's been earning a little bit of an allowance. So he now feeds the dog, he feeds the cats, he helps with laundry, he helps with doing trash. Taking out the trash and doing laundry are things that he can't really do on his own yet. He still needs a little bit of help. Like getting everything out of, like he takes everything out of the dryer, but he doesn't know how to fold. And then putting everything from the wash into the dryer, I have to hand it to him because he can't reach into the washing machine. But then putting everything into the washing machine, he does himself. So he does that. Oh, that's plenty, bud. That's enough. Close it up and push it back, and then we can go feed the cats, okay? But he feeds the dog by himself. He feeds the cats mostly by himself, but he still needs a little bit of help with the latch on the cat food container. Maybe he'll get it. He's been trying. Did you get it?
Yes.
I guess undoing it, he's fine, but latching it back he needs a little bit of help with. 1 big scoop, right?
How about 2 of them?
No, they only need 1 big scoop. That's plenty for the kitties. So he does that, helping with trash. He just kind of opens the door for my husband, and then he opens the trash lid outside because he's not really strong enough or tall enough to get the trash out or put a trash bag back in, but he helps where he can. And then, hey, feed the cats, stop playing in it. And then he cleans up his room and he cleans up the living room. He brushes his own teeth, which most people would say is not really a chore, but at 4 and finally getting him to brush his teeth on his own, I'm like, I will pay you a little extra if you're willing to do it. You know, that's obviously not going to be a chore that you get paid for long term, but for right now, if it gets you to do it on your own, 1 big scoop, put it in the food bowl. If it gets him to do it on his own, gets him a little more independence, I will give him a little extra money. Same with putting his own coat on, because that's something we've struggled with, getting him to put a coat on. So that's considered one of his chores. If he puts his own coat on, brushes his own teeth, get him a little more independent. Can you get it latched? Good job.
Another one.
Yeah. Hey, he did it in by himself.
I closed.
Good job. High five. Yeah. Okay, so you want to go brush your teeth?
How about yes?
How about yes?
And we go to Walmart next.
So, and then he takes all his clothes and put them in the laundry hamper.
Walmart.
We are going to go to Walmart. You got to brush your teeth first. So, yeah, he's been earning an allowance.
Can I do it like a big boy?
You can do it like a big boy. You got to pull it straight up. I know, that one wants to get stuck in there. There you go. So, that was his toothbrush. It gets stuck in our toothbrush holder. It's got like this.
Empty.
It's not empty. You got to open it.
Got squeeze it down.
No, no, no. It comes out this way. Like that. And hold it over the sink when you do it so you don't make a mess. There you go. Okay. Here, do you want to wet your toothbrush first?
No.
Okay. Do it dry then. That sounds awful to me, but whatever. Anyways, yeah, he's been making a little bit of an allowance. And last week's allowance, he wanted to save it and put it with this week's allowance because there's a toy that he wants. So, you know, he's learning a little bit about money, a little bit about saving up for things that you want to buy, and trying to get him a little more independent. So, and he's doing really good. And he also wants to help in the kitchen a lot. So we don't really consider that a chore, but like, you know, he wants to come in and help us cook. He's constantly in there like, I want to cook something, I want to bake something. So he's doing really good. We're really proud of him. So we're gonna get this guy ready to go, and shoes and socks on the other one. You get his toothbrush too, and we'll head to the store. And how cute is that how cute is that little mirror? I found it at, you haven't brushed your top teeth yet. Get your top teeth. You've only done the bottoms. There you go. So anyways, I found this little mirror at Hobby Lobby. Fits perfectly in the space, and so he can see, because our big mirror is up here. So that works out perfect for him. Okay, I'm back from the store, so I thought we'd have a little grocery haul. Then we'll get Levi's homework done, and then I can clean the kitchen and get dinner going. So, frozen corn to go in my chili. Tortillas, because I'm sure the boys won't eat chili, but they will like having like cheese quesadillas. That's the word I'm looking for. Paw Patrol yogurt, because Levi asked for it. Queso to go with dinner tonight. This little Hot Wheels for Ira because he was super good at the store. Levi got one as well, but he already has his. His is red, if you're curious. Marshmallows because Levi asked for them, and they're like 98 cents. Some sour cream to go along with dinner tonight. Some tortilla chips. Some green chilies. At least I think that's what it is. Salsa verde. I mean, isn't that the same as green chilies? It says it has tomatillos, chili peppers, onions, salt, and some kind of a gum extract, cilantro. I don't know. I think that's the same as green chilies. Could be wrong. I've never cooked with green chilies before. Some whipping cream. Needed that for my salsa. Not for my salsa, for my chili. Some chocolate chips. We're going to need that for making puppy chow. And then I got the husband some grapefruit. And I also got him a bottle of Coke Zero. So that is everything I got at the store, I do believe. So Ira is about ready for a nap time. He's in there squealing. And I need to get Levi going on his homework. And then I can get everything done in here. Okay, so most of Levi's stuff was online today, so I couldn't show it to you. He had a book. He had Days of the Week song, Days of the Month song. He's got a calendar he's got to do, but his teacher... Okay, so he's got this thing he's got to do with his teacher, but I have to wait for his teacher to give me access to the video. So we won't be able to do that with you guys, but he can do the rainbows of his letters, and then he has to find all the K's. So we're going to do that right now. What color do you want? What color marker do you want?
Gray.
Gray is his favorite marker. You got to pick 3 colors to do these. Pick 3 colors. You got gray. What other color do you want?
How about blue?
And blue. One more color.
And red.
And red. What color is your favorite color?
I think it's gray.
Gray is your favorite color? I thought red was your favorite color. I thought gray was your favorite marker.
Let's use gray first.
You want to use gray first?
Yes. But gray is my favorite color.
Okay, make sure you hold it right. Okay, hold it like that. Put your hands on it all the way.
Where's my L?
And then trace your L.
Then my L.
Yep, now do your E.
2 letters. I do 3 letters.
You gotta do the line right here. Now do your V.
V
And then
is
do your I.
and in my eye.
Good job.
Another one.
What color are we doing next?
How about it red?
Red. Okay.
The last marker is blue.
Yep. And now do your... Trace all the letters in your name.
I got 3 names.
Have more control like that, so you can steady it on. You can steady your marker on these fingers. See, you got more control doing that. And do your V.
Go back up.
Yep.
I did it.
Good job. Now do your I. Oh, tuck under. There you go. You got more control that way. Good job. Okay, now blue marker.
Got it.
Can you take the lid off and put it on the bottom? Good job.
And
No,
last name.
Make sure you're holding it right.
Last name. There's a last name.
Okay, like that. Chuck these fingers under so you got more control.
Now we did it right.
Good job.
Oh.
What's the O-O?
Hey,
What?
the last
What?
line. A last line.
It looks like all the other lines you made.
Hey.
You want to fix it?
Yes.
There you go.
Now we did it.
Okay, so now
It's time.
Now you have to find all the letter K's. Color all the letter K's. What marker do you want to use?
How about gray?
You want to use gray.
Is it right
Remember
here?
you tuck your fingers under.
Right here.
Find all the K's. How about we start at the top row? Is that what color is? What letter is that?
It's F.
What letter is this one?
It's K.
Color it in.
Another one right here. Ah!
What letter is this? What letter is this?
X. And
X.
this one right here.
There's a K. And there's a K. What letter is this?
And it's K too.
Color it in. What letter is that?
It's a T.
T. What letter is this?
That's a T.
What letter is that?
It's a K.
Color it in. And what letter is that?
That is a P.
A P. Okay, count and match. Do you want to use, let's use a different color for each one, okay? So
And the gray
you
one.
want to start with gray? Don't start yet. Okay. Count and match, draw a line. So let's count the potatoes, okay? How many is here?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Where's number 10 on this line?
It's right
Can you draw a line from here to 10?
there. Yes.
Draw a straight line from the potatoes to 10.
I did it.
Good job. Let's use a new color. What color do you want to use?
I'm gray.
Let's try a new color.
No gray.
You don't want to get your lines mixed up and then Miss can't see what things go to.
Boo.
Use blue. Can you count the pumpkins?
Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Can you find number 6?
It's right here.
Can you draw a line from the pumpkins to number 6?
Okay.
Straight line.
I
Good
did
job. Okay, what color do we want to use next?
How about gray?
We already used gray. Do you want to try red?
Yes.
Apples to 8. Straight line. Good job.
I did numbers.
Okay, so that's kind of all he has to do on paper for today. Like I said, he's got a video he's got to watch online.
Thumbs up.
But we use my phone for that, and I'm filming with my phone, so can't do it both at the same time. So everything else is for throughout the rest of the week. So we're going to get that done, get him down for some quiet time, and then we're going to go clean my kitchen and start cooking dinner. Okay, I've got my kitchen cleaned up. Dishes are pretty much all done. All those are clean. I do everything by hand. I had someone ask a little while ago if I ever got a dishwasher. No, I have no hookups for a dishwasher. Like, there's no place for one. So I do it all by hand, and I get tired of it. So you have days like yesterday where I'm like, F it. I did two loads of dishes yesterday, and I just didn't do the dinner ones. So all my dishes are done and ready to dry. I just let them air dry. I hate towel drying dishes. Oh, I hate it. So I just let them air dry however long that takes. This guy needed to continue to soak a little bit more. That pan has some juices stuck on it, so I'm letting that soak. It's got water in it. I don't know how well you can tell, but there's water in that. And then my husband, for a Christmas gift, got me a bunch of storage containers I was asking for. And he gave them to me early for Thanksgiving in case I needed them. But then, like, we ended up canceling Thanksgiving, so I didn't make nearly as much food, just a little bit for us to have at the house. Like, you know, some roasted veggies and a turkey, and we had, like, a pumpkin pie and mac and cheese, and I think that was all that we had. So I didn't really need any of the new ones. Plus, these kind of have, like, a plasticky odor to them, so they need to be washed. They're technically clean. There's nothing on them. But I've got them sitting here to wash. But my dirty dishes take precedence over ones that just need a good, you know, rinsing. So I already got the lids done. I did those yesterday, but haven't gotten those guys done yet. Turkey is sitting here thawing out. I put it on the freezer because I didn't know when I'd get to it. But I've got my white meat turkey sitting out to thaw. And then we're going to have some rolls with a dinner. My cousin's son had a fundraiser for school where he was selling Texas Roadhouse rolls, and we got 2 packs of these. So we had one yesterday when my parents came over, and we had the turkey pot pie. And so today we're going to use these up to eat with our chili, but they need to sit out and thaw because they're also frozen. So those are there, and then we need that for chili tonight. Hey guys, editing Cristin here. I just want to come on and apologize for the volume in these next 2 clips. I'm not really sure what happened with the recording volume, but it is very in and out for this clip and the one after. In this clip, I'm just showing you guys some CC hats I was able to pick up at Hobby Lobby. I've been wanting a CC hat for a long time, and I finally picked one up this year, along with getting one for Ira, and I got myself some gloves. That's all this clip really is about. And then the next one, I'm cooking some things, and the volume also is in and out with that clip as well. So I'm really sorry. I don't blame you if you skip ahead a little bit, but it's only for the next 2 clips, promise. Okay, so this is the one that I got for Ira. It's got a little poof on it, and it's in like a, it's not quite in a baby size. They have littler ones for like little babies. This one is like kid size, but it's like, I don't know, it's somewhere between kid and baby sized. But I thought it was so cute with a little fluffy poof on top. I can't talk, little fluffy poof on top. And then I wanted to get one for Levi, but he told me he didn't want one. And he already had this hat at home, which is from Levi's brand, and it says Levi all over it. So, and he likes this one. So I didn't get him a CC. That will probably last him a couple of years, so. My mom got this for Christmas. It was either his first or second Christmas, but it's huge. It's like an adult size. I think she thought she was ordering kid size, but it is like, it's big enough to fit a grown up. Like, this thing is freaking, it's huge. So this year it actually fits him. So this is we've had it for a few years, but it's a brand new hat. I just took the tag off because he had to grow into it. So for a few years. This I imagine will last Ira a couple of years. You know, kind of expensive hats, but would keep them for several years to come. And I got one for myself. It's super soft knit. I just think these are so stinking cute. I just freaking love them. And like I said, I've been wanting one for a couple of years now. And I just like the little tag. Why? I don't know. I like the little branded tag. I have a CC hat. It was $14. And then I got myself some gloves, and it's for like extra grip maybe. I don't know. But it's like those techie ones that like you can touch your phone with it. So, and I needed a new pair of gloves this year. I did need a new pair of gloves. That's the other side. And I just thought that they matched the hat pretty well. And here's the thing with the hat. I hate wearing hats. Like, I never wear them. I think they look stupid on me. But this is like the first sock hat in ages that I've seen that I've liked. And I'm like, well, maybe if I go ahead and get it, like, I'll actually wear it. Because one, it's expensive, and 2, like, I actually think it's cute. So, anyway, those are my hats. And let's get started on that turkey chili. Okay, so back here I've got some rice, about 2 cups of it, pre-cooked. I just cooked it. It wasn't pre-cooked. Anyways, you know what I'm saying. I made 2 cups of rice and I cooked it with some bouillon cubes. And then in my pot, which is already going, I'm going to throw in my turkey. Ideally, my turkey would have been fully thawed, and for the most part it was, but there are some bits in here that are kind of still on the frozen side. And you don't want to add frozen things to cooking oil because you can cause them to like really pop, I guess. I've never personally had that experience, and I'd like to avoid having whatever bad things come from putting frozen things in hot oil. So ideally your turkey would be fully thawed, and you would have done your oil in the pan first, about 2 tablespoons, and then added your spices. That way it really releases some really good flavors, really wakens those spices up. Like I said, turkey wasn't fully done yet, so I'm going to throw the turkey in here for a few minutes. There wasn't a whole lot that was frozen, just a few small pieces. So a few moments in here just to make sure everything's thawed, and then I'm going to do my oil and my seasoning, which won't hurt anything, and we'll get all the good flavor from the turkey. So either way, but preferably I would have done oil and spices and then turkey, but instead we're thawing off turkey and then oil and spices, whatever. Doesn't really matter that much. Okay, that should be pretty good. So I'm eyeballing it, but about 2 tablespoons. Now I'm going to add in my spices. So this one I found at the Dollar Tree, and it's super yummy. I'm loving it. Normally I love garlic salt. This one is garlic pepper seasoning, and it has salt in it. So it's like having a garlic salt with peppers. It's like a 3-in-1, you know? Get your garlic, your salt, and your pepper all in one. So which I like a lot of pepper in my food, so that works out perfect for me. You just go a little heavy-handed on it. And I've got some chili powder. And I like to go a little heavy-handed when it comes to my chili seasonings. So, I mean, everything's to taste, but I find that a decent layer across the top is normally enough. So this one is my red pepper. And then I've got my minced onion, which I love, but if you would rather have like chopped yellow onion or white onion, this would be a good time to add it in. And then I like to add a little bit of this Dijon classic stuff. I know people like it on their fruit. I'm not much for it on my fruit, but I do like it in my chili. And then I've got my paprika. I don't like to do too much of that because it has a bit of a heat to it. And I'm a weenie when it comes to hot things. I don't like a lot of heat. I like a lot of flavor, don't like a lot of heat. And this is just going to give everything a chance to kind of come together. We're going to get the juices out of the turkey. And the oil, while they heat up, is going to help waken up those spices, get some really good flavor going. To this I'm going to add 2 cups of water. And then to this I'm going to add 2 cans of my white beans. These are canola beans. I've never cooked with these before, but they say they're a white kidney bean, so should work out just fine. You can also do white Great Northern beans, but that was 2 cans. So we're just kind of bringing everything together with a simmer. And I'm also going to do my salsa verde, and this is a mild one because I'm a weenie. If I can get my finger out. Then I'm going to go ahead and throw my rice in. And the rice will absorb all of the delicious juices that are down in here. So if you don't have the green chilies on hand and you just have a jar of salsa, you could definitely add that in here and get the same kind of, it'll be a similar type of flavor. It's not going to be quite the same. But what this does here, as you can see, is that not having any tomato products in there, it gives it more of like a white flavor, a white flavor, because oh my god, because white has a flavor. It gives it more of a white coloring. So you got the white beans, the white rice, and the green chilies, which oddly enough you can't see in here, they just give you a good flavor. So this is where you get the name of a white chicken chili. So again, if you don't have the green chilies on hand, you can just use regular salsa. I make chili with salsa all the time. Not all the time, a couple times a year. Anyways, we're going to go ahead and let this simmer for a bit. And, oh, I forgot. I also need to add a white cream to this. And this is just unsweetened heavy whipping cream. And, I don't know. I'm eyeballing it, but probably about half a cup or so. And this also just adds to the white look of it, or your white chicken chili. And just helps give it some really good flavor and nice creaminess that you're not going to get with your normal chili. It's a nice creamy texture. Okay, and we're just going to let that simmer. You guys, this turkey chili turned out amazing. I would so recommend it. It has a delicious... Okay, I will shut it. I'll get it. It has a delicious, creamy flavor from the... the cream that got put in there. I just had to reheat mine and add a little water to it to keep it from sticking. So some of the moisture is staying there is water that I added in. But guys, I've been snacking on this all day. I keep coming and taking little bites. Like, it's been sitting on my stove for probably 3 hours and it's held the heat in really well. It's just like mildly warm. So I just like heated it back up. But oh, it is delicious. You need to try it. And we've got some cheese here to top our chili with. Some mozzarella, or I guess it's an Italian. And then some Colby. And then we got queso cheese to go with our chips. And we've got some sour cream to go in our chili. And I made up those Texas Roadhouse dinner rolls. So, looking forward to dinner. Cannot wait to get a big old bowl of that chili. It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. All over my yard. These are really bad camera angles. I thought it would be cutesy, but they're horrible. Here we go. Is that better? It's probably it's probably about seven at night, I'd say. Decent amount of snow, good dusting, still coming down, dark out. Feels like it's, closer to 8. If we weren't in the city, it would be darker. A lot of the lights you're seeing are from people's houses or businesses. So, anyway, windy, gross snow. Sorry, it is dark on my back porch. It is frigid outside. My hand is cold from holding the door. So I just switched out my perfume for the month. If you guys have not been following me for a while, or at least since last year when I did my Bath & Body Works collection video, which I do every year because I've got so much of the stuff that I'm like, got mascara under my eyes. That I don't know. I do a collection every year video just to kind of give like an update on where I'm at because I've got so much of it. So this past year, I cannot talk, make words, make sentences. So every month I switch out my Bath & Body Works perfume and or body spray. So I get a new one every month. I don't go buy it. Like I said, I've got a huge stockpile of stuff. So I'm trying not to buy it. I end up getting two new pieces every year. But guys, when I was younger, I went hog wild with this stuff and just bought tons of it. So I'm finally getting to the end of what I've had for a long time, but I've got new pieces that have entered throughout the years. Anyway, every month I switch out my Bath & Body Works body spray for a new one. So the month of November, I was using Mary Cherry Cheer. And so for the month of December, I'm switching over to a gingerbread latte, which I got last year, maybe the year before. But I am excited to use this one. It's one of my favorites. And maybe I'll get it used up this year. Maybe. We'll see. So I'm thinking that with our leftover chili, I already put it in the fridge. I needed more dishes, y'all, my life. More dishes from dinner. So I'm thinking with our chili, which I have in the fridge, I think about moving that over to the freezer so we can eat it another day. And then making up some potato gnocchi, which I've never done before, but we've got leftover mashed potatoes. Y'all, I don't know about you, but I am getting so tired of eating mashed potatoes. Like, we had mashed potatoes with my parents yesterday for lunch with our pot pie. And then we had mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving on Thursday. And then the week prior to that, I did up the whole turkey for you folks to show you guys how to cook it, along with all the fixins. And there's mashed potatoes made within there. I don't think you guys seen it, but we had mashed potatoes with some things that we ate with all of that. Oh, when I did the KFC thing. Yo, she's drinking water. Y'all know how it works. I start talking, he starts eating or drinking. Gonna drink a gallon. So I'm just getting really tired of eating mashed potatoes, and we've got a pretty big storage container of it from yesterday. I added the gravy to it, so it's got turkey gravy mixed in, but I think that would just add extra flavor if I just had the gravy like really well mixed in. You can see some of it there on bottom. So this is gonna make a fair amount of gnocchi. I was thinking about making potato pancakes. I have not had that since I was a kid. I remember my dad making them when I was a kid, and I really liked them. But I found a recipe for potato gnocchi online. I've never made gnocchi noodles myself, or it's kind of like more like a dumpling, like a potato dumpling. But if you guys have ever had the Olive Garden chicken gnocchi soup, delicious. So my thoughts here are turn the mashed potatoes into gnocchi, and then use the leftover turkey thighs in place of the chicken. And then I've got some carrots I need to get used up. And then I've got like half a carton left of that half and half that I put into the chili tonight that I could use in the gnocchi soup, which it calls for a half and half for heavy cream. So that would use up, or use a lot of, some things I have sitting around that I need to get used up. And then the chili I can just pop in the freezer for another night. So I think that's the plan. I think I need to put away the rest of my clean dishes. You guys see, I finally got around to washing up all the storage containers. Got them all washed. So I need to put all those away, do dinner dishes from tonight, and then I think I'm going to make up some gnocchi noodles. And then tomorrow, I will make turkey and gnocchi soup, which I'll just leave a link down below to the gnocchi recipe I'm going to use. It's supposed to be like Olive Garden's chicken and gnocchi soup. Just know that I'm doing my gnocchi. My gnocchi's homemade, which I think I'm going to show that to you guys here in a minute, which is leftover mashed potatoes. And then I'm using turkey instead of chicken, because I don't think I'm going to vlog all day tomorrow. I vlogged a lot today. And we also need to set up Buddy the Elf. This will be the first year Levi has had a Buddy the Elf. The last couple of years, I didn't feel like he would understand it. So, anyway, sorry, I had a notification come in. So anyways, yeah, that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to get these dishes done, chili moved over to the freezer, and then start making that gnocchi. So anyways, oh, Buddy the Elf, what I was going to say. This will be Levi's first year doing Buddy the Elf. So I need to figure out where to put him, and then I'll show you guys tomorrow. We'll wrap this vlog up tomorrow with him finding Buddy the Elf. But anyways, dishes first. Okay guys, I've watched a few videos on how to make potato gnocchi, a few on how to do it from boiled potatoes, and a few how to do it from mashed potatoes. So we're just going to give this a go. I've never personally done it. I can leave links to the videos down below that I have found in case you've got leftover mashed potatoes and want to make this as well. But here I've got one egg. And so we're supposed to whisk the egg, and this is going to act kind of like a glue to help hold everything together. And then pretty much all it looks like is we're making a dough, so it should be pretty simple. Okay, so to this I'm going to use some flour. I've got about 2 cups of flour sitting here off to the side, and maybe I should have done my egg first. I don't really know. I am going to use my hands. Hopefully these aren't too cold. Hands are made for washing, you guys. So, and I've got gravy in here, as I mentioned earlier, but I think that's just going to add to the flavor. And when I make that chicken gnocchi, or I should say turkey and gnocchi soup tomorrow, I've already had the soup from Olive Garden. The recipe I found, the ingredients seem to pretty much line up with what I eat at Olive Garden. So I'm imagining it's going to pretty much taste the same. I assume that the leftover gravy is not going to hurt anything flavor-wise. So, using my clean hands, I'm just going to start mixing everything together, and we're just going to add flour as needed until we end up with a dough. So the next thing about using mashed potatoes is, I mean, if they're anything like mine, they're pre-seasoned. Mine already has minced onion in it, garlic, salt, gravy. There's probably some basil or parsley in there. Maybe steak seasoning. I don't remember what all I added to my mashed potatoes. But I add a lot of seasoning to it, so. They smell amazing. Okay, I'll tell you that much. And as you can see, it's starting to pull together as a dough here. And one thing I hate about using my hands is that the initial layer that's on my hands takes forever to get the flour to it, and this is when I make any kind of a dough. So that part's kind of disgusting if you ask me, but I feel like this is the quickest way to knead my dough. If you guys have like a dough hook, probably the way to go. I don't have any kind of a kitchen mixer now that I think about it. I mean, at best I've got a blender and I've got a food processor. But if anything needs whisked up or stirred, I use a whisk or my hands in this case. I don't own anything that's like an electric beater of any kind. I used to have them. I just found I never used them, so I got rid of them. No sense in holding on to things you don't use. And I found that if I need anything blended up, like that I can't do by hand because it's too thick, I can do portions of it in my blender. It works exactly the same. Okay. Scrape this goo off. Of course, I put my flour away. Ugh. Surprisingly, I didn't make a mess. Who else is shocked? Okay, I went ahead and gave my hands a quick rinse to get all of the stickies off. And I dried them. So I'm going to add some more flour. And then I'm going to dust my hands. So hopefully, and I will repeat of what just happened. And I'm going to get myself a little more flour. I really did not expect so much flour to be used for making gnocchi, if I'm being honest with you. I thought the whole point was it was a potato dumpling, which, I mean, we're using up the mashed potatoes, but I feel like with the amount of flour I'm using plus the egg, I could have just made homemade regular noodles and done something else with the potato. So, you know, I don't know that this is the best use for leftover mashed potatoes, but anyway, worth a shot, I guess. There we go. It's not sticking to me like it was. And we're just going to keep folding that in on itself. Okay, now let it come out of its bowl here. Y'all, I love this little countertop we picked up. We've had it for years at this point, about as long as we lived in the house, which we've lived in the house for 6 years. But we picked up this little island from Big Lots. And I mean, it was a little expensive, I'm not gonna lie, it was not cheap. I think we paid $200 or $300 for it, which I guess some people are gonna think that's cheap, especially for furniture, especially for an island. Other people, you know, like $300 is a lot of money. I'm somewhere in the middle. It depends on what day of the week it is. Sometimes $300 is a lot, sometimes it's comfortable. You know, it's always a little salty, I think. But anyways, regardless of pricing. Came from Big Lots, so it's definitely a more affordable piece for most folks. And it is a granite countertop island. We love it. And I think they still sell them. They're different variations, so it's probably not going to be exactly the same as what we got. And it's been a while since I've been up there, but I'm pretty sure they still carry these islands. I know I've seen them before with like a stainless steel countertop. I've seen them before with the wood. I'm not much for a butcher block countertop because same with the reason I don't want like a butcher block cutting board is because the wood is going to be more prone to getting bacteria in it, a little bit harder to clean. So in this stuff, I mean, I know you're supposed to use like special cleaners and stuff on granite. I use Lysol all-purpose cleaner. Sometimes I use baby wipes. I've never personally had a problem with it. So maybe it's not like real granite. I don't know. I know it was hella heavy in the box. But anyway, if you guys are looking for a good island, plus it's on caster wheels, so you can roll it around really easily. Okay. I think we're getting there, folks. Not sure why I had such an exasperated sigh, other than I've been working at this for going on 12 minutes now. Okay, a little more flour. And then you can cut it. There's some kind of a fancy cutting thing that I've seen people online using. I'm just gonna use a knife, because I don't make enough pasta to have a fancy cutter. Actually, I haven't made pasta since my grandma lived in this house. Her and I used to make pasta together. So I do have her pasta machine. I don't know what you call it, but I've never personally used it by myself. I've used it with her. Anyway, let me get a knife. So anyway, hopefully this is the right kind of dough. Like hopefully it's the right consistency. And then I'm just gonna cut it into like little chunks, I guess. That might be too big. I might be doing this wrong. I feel like it's too big. But we'll see here in a minute. Someone out here who knows how to make gnocchi is probably like, you're doing it all wrong. Okay. Sides are a little doughy there. So now we're just gonna try rolling this out. I feel like I'm gonna have gnocchi for days after I get this all completed. I don't know how big I'm supposed to make my gnocchi, because this seems like a pretty fat little roll here. Okay, so I think that's probably pretty good. So then I feel like this is completely the blind leading the blind, or if you know how to make gnocchi, the blind being an idiot. So I'm just gonna make nice little squares. And then from what I'm seeing, it's best if you let your gnocchi rest before you cook it. You could cook it like this. But to get the traditional gnocchi shape, there are gnocchi majiggers you can use. I don't know what they are. Most folks have a fork. I've never done this before, but you roll it down the fork to give you the creases. I've seen it done online, so I feel like that's a giant ball of gnocchi right there, but it kind of gives you the look. I'm gonna cut mine in half because that's a big old dumpling there. So, and I feel like this is the part that's going to take me forever. And I also feel like you have to be kind of gentle with it, otherwise you smash it down. So we're gonna call that good enough. And there's my gnocchi. So about a million more to go. I'll check in with you guys in a little bit. Okay, I got my gnocchi finished. You might be able to notice that I did not bother rolling mine on the fork. I've seen people do it online. For them, it turns out beautiful. For me, I did like 2 over here. And if I'm being honest with you, I can't tell the difference between this and that, which that was not rolled, right? Like, they look about the same. So I just I did that big rollout that I was showing you guys. And then I just went through and sliced them real thin. And that's it. I didn't bother doing all that. So, is this called a different kind of noodle and or dumpling? let me know. Kind of like, you know how like spaghetti pasta and like rotini pasta or bow tie pasta are all made with the exact same ingredients. They're just shaped different. Like, is this considered something different? I don't know. I didn't see the point in spending all that time rolling out my gnocchi when that's what I'm getting. So here it is. Here's my leftover mashed potato gnocchi. What I'm seeing online is it needs to sit for 1 hour and then you boil it. So I'm going to let this all sit. I'm going to go do my dishes, hide the elf, and work on YouTube if I have time. And I'll catch back up with you guys, I guess, when I'm hiding the elf and when it comes time to boil my gnocchi. So I'm down here finishing up my laundry, and I thought I'd come on and just talk a little bit about my washing machine, because this is real life and we keep things relatable on this channel. So yeah, during the spin cycle, I can't get over looking at myself with this mascara under here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, okay. So this washing machine is not very old. We got it about the time we found out we were pregnant with Ira, and that's because my parents are amazing people and went out and bought it for us. The other washing machine back there, we had bought brand new when we moved into the house, and I think we'd had it for probably 2-ish years almost before it went out, and I will put that in quotations. I'm trying to block out that dang light back there with my head and it ain't working. Mountain of laundry. Anyway, we had called the local guy who works on like appliances, and there was 2 things wrong with the washing machine that's behind me. It's a Maytag. This one's a Maytag and that one's a Maytag. So that one was not working at all. I quit in the middle of a spin cycle. It was fantastic. I had sopping wet clothes, and I'm pretty sure it's wintertime. Coincidence? I don't know, because it's the winter time now and this one's having issues. So I was trying to dry all my clothes on the line down here in the basement, and it was a mess. Anyway, when that one went out, it had an issue with something to do with the computer boards or something on the dials and what, there's computers in there, I don't know. But there was something wrong with that, and then there was a bearing going out with the spin cycle. The guy said that the bearing on it could go out anywhere from the next time I used the washing machine till Kingdom Come. He said he's seen them run the gamut between when it starts having that bearing problem and it starts making a loud sound during the rinse cycle. He said that he's seen it going anywhere from lasting like a couple of days to lasting a couple of years with that particular Maytag washing machine. So we paid to have that fixed, with exception to the bearing. We didn't have the money at the time to fix the bearing. Just had the money to fix the computer board and get it up and running. Well, my parents found out, and I was pregnant with Ira, and they found out that we didn't have that fully fixed yet, that we needed to save up like $200 to fix that one, and so they just bought us a brand new washing machine. And so, like I said, that one broke down when I was pregnant with Ira. Ira is now 18 months, so that's been 2.5 years ago roughly, something like that. So this one is now making the exact same sound that one makes, and the bearing is going out in that one. So technically that one we could plug in and we could use it. It just makes a really horrible like roaring sound, like really awful sounds when it's running. This one, during the rinse cycle as well, or the spin cycle, it's also making some really rough sounds. And I'm looking at it right now, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it is working okay. I'm not really sure. I think maybe it's working okay. It's doing the agitation on it right now, and it's just kind of like shaking a few things around. I don't think it's supposed to be turning in circles right now though. I think it's just the agitators going on it. Anyway, pretty sure we're having the same issue with the bearing on this one as we have on that one. So fun times. So as I've mentioned before, we're trying to build up a decent savings, and it looks like we're gonna have to take money out of it again to fix the washing machine. Because that's just life, right? Don't buy a Maytag, guys. We had a fantastic time with our dryer. Knock on wood. Okay. Hit the rafters there. We've had 0 issues with our dryer. But this is the second Maytag washing machine that has had issues happening in the bearing. And that guy said that he sees it all the time with these washing machines with something happening in the bearing. And this washing machine's pretty much the same as that one. It's just a like a newer model, so. Yay! So I'm gonna go ahead and make a quick cup of chai tea. Love this stuff, super yummy. And I just like to measure out the amount of water I'm gonna need based on the cup I'm using. Life hack. Okay, so we're gonna let this come to a boil and get going with my tea here. I guess it's simmer, I don't really need it boiling, I just need it hot. So our little elf has found a spot on top of the Christmas tree. So it'll be interesting to see if Levi finds him in the morning. I'm sure he will. It's kind of an obvious spot. Can you guys hear the lovely sounds my washing machine is making? Honestly, that sounds a little bit more like the drum is off center than it does a bearing going out. So maybe I'm mistaken. But that sounds not normal. That washing machine used to be quiet, used to not be able to hear anything at all, and now it makes that sound. So, now what's going on? I know, not sure what's going on. I know the initial thought might be, oh, you overloaded your washing machine and it's off balance. But I have a relatively small load going, and it doesn't seem to matter what load size it is. Go ahead and turn you around. You don't need to stare into my stairwell. Anyways, it's a small load right now. Doesn't matter what load side it is. It makes that sound. It's been doing it for a couple of weeks. And we have tried to make sure that thing is balanced. And currently the husband wedged something into the back leg of it, whatever you want to call it, back corner, to try to make sure it's all even. And it's still making that sound. So I think we're going to have to call the washing machine guy, but I plan on waiting until it fully breaks before I call him, because I don't know. I just not in any big hurry. So anyway, I was doing some research online about storing your potato gnocchi, and apparently you can just pop it in the freezer as is. So you're supposed to keep them flat when you initially pop them in the freezer, and then you can bag them together. So I think I'm gonna do something along those lines, because I'm not gonna cook it till tomorrow. So we're gonna do all that. We're in the bathroom. It's dark out and it's very yellow lit in here because I don't got that guy on. So my overhead is complete shit. Anyways, I looked at the temperature for this evening, and I just thought I'd pop on here and talk to you guys about it in case you don't live in an area where it gets below freezing. You may have never had to do this before and you might not know this is a thing. But when it's gonna get below freezing, you got to trickle your faucets, which just means putting the water on a little bit. It's got hard water stains. I know you're seeing all that. It's gross looking. Old bathroom. Things need to be replaced. The sink is from the 80s. Like my toilet, which matches, if you take the lid off, it's got a date in there from like 1980 something. So anyways, hard water stains. But yeah, I got the faucet going with a little bit of cold water just for a trickle. You don't need enough. You don't need to have hot water running, and you don't need to have a lot of it, but you need to have enough to keep your pipes from freezing. It just keeps water flowing through them. Same with the bath here. So just put on a nice little trickle and keep your pipes from freezing. So will it up the water bill? Probably a little bit. Is it wasteful? Probably considered wasteful, but you know what's worse is having to pay for a plumber to come out and fix your pipes because they froze and busted. There's been, woo, you guys can't see me at all. Lights are completely out. There have been plenty of times in this house when we've actually had our pipes freeze. It's happened a few times. Thankfully, we've never had them bust on us. It's normally when we aren't thinking about it and we forget to turn the trickle on, or we don't have enough water pressure going, and they freeze up in the pipes. So, I mean, it has happened, and just because your pipes freeze up doesn't mean that you're necessarily gonna bust your pipe. My best suggestion for that is to, in the morning, if you forgot to run your pipes, is to slowly turn your faucet on. You don't have like a major gush of water because you don't have like that pressure in there. Just like a little bit to get it going and check and see if you broke your pipes or not, or if you froze your pipes. Sorry. So anyways, need to get that going. Now I can go to bed. Good morning. Are you in your closet? I see you. Good morning. You're not gonna talk? Hiding? Hey, that's not nice. Hey, can you come here? I got something to tell you.
Yes.
Come here.
I make it.
Okay, so Santa Claus sent he looks right at me. Santa Claus sent you a special elf that is going to be hanging out with us this month. And he's gonna pop up in a different place in the house every day. So you get to go find him, and you're gonna get to give him a name. And he's gonna go back to Santa Claus every evening and tell him if you've been good or naughty. Okay? So we want to be extra good for Santa, right?
Okay, and I get sets.
You get socks.
And I get sets.
Sets?
Yes.
Sets of what?
Santa Claus gave me sets with.
Well, your elf showed up last night. Do you want to go find him?
Yes.
Let's go find your elf. You tell me, let's go find your elf. You gotta go look for him. He's
I
some...
got the trucks and racks. I got those maps that...
Where's your elf?
Again.
Where's your elf? He's here in the living room. Do you see him anywhere? He's hiding. You gotta find him. Where's your elf at?
I think he's not here and hiding in the horse.
He's not hiding behind the horse?
He's not hiding behind the cabinet.
He's not behind the cabinet? Where is he?
Look in the Christmas tree.
There's your elf.
He's in the Christmas tree.
He is on the Christmas tree.
He's sitting on it.
He is sitting on it. He's here to watch you and make sure you're a good boy, and he's going to go back to Santa Claus tonight and let him know. And then tomorrow he's going to come back and hide in another spot in the house. You have to find him again tomorrow morning.
Okay.
But you can't touch him. If you touch him, he loses his magic, and then he won't come back. Okay? So we don't touch the elf. You don't want him losing his magic, right? Do you want to give him a name?
How about, yes.
What do you want to name him?
Can we give him a name?
Yeah, we can give him a name. What do you want to name him?
Elf.
Elf?
Yes.
We're naming him Elf. Okay.
And give him a name.
What are you naming him?
He was Elf.
We're naming him Elf. Okay, sounds like a good name.
And he makes sounds.
I think he's a quiet elf. Do you want to come say goodbye to the vlog?
You do it.
We do it?
Yes.
Well, that's going to wrap things up for us. We now have an elf named Elf. So we'll be hiding him throughout the month of December. Let me know if you guys do Elf on the Shelf. This is our first year doing it. But thank you so much for watching. If you're new, I hope you decide to take the time to watch some other videos on my channel. He's here to say goodbye. 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 I hope you decide to take the time to watch a few other things on my channel, see if, we could be internet friends, if there's anything you'd like to watch. And if you haven't subscribed to me for a while, I want to say thank you so much, and I hope to connect with you guys down in the comments below, and hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye, Yoshi. Bye, Yoshi.